Happy New Year and Happy New Month to you. Welcome to Click Niger Online Radio. And I'm welcoming you to our new rebranded Click Niger studio. This is the beginning of new themes, new entertainment, informative and fun-filled shows. My studio is filled with great minds today. You are all welcome to Click Niger. Candidte is a program that allows you to share your wealth of experience in our democratic process of our dear country, Nigeria. My name is Nasir Yunusa, and today our focus is we are having a roundtable edition, and we are focusing on the provisions of the new Electoral Act, PVC collection Wahala, the new Naira Note saga, and is this the most revolutionary election yet? And with me in the studio are some heavyweights. Let me start with Abdul Adnan of the Wazobia group of Bola Tinubu. You're welcome to Click Niger. We have Stephen Okoli of Peter Obi People's Vanguard.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And we have Linus Finus of Francis of Vigor Youth Network. Gentlemen, you're all welcome to Click Niger. How do you see our view from this?
Wow, awesome. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Follow us right now on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Click Niger, and hit the subscribe button right away on our YouTube channel at Click Niger. Now, the 2023 elections are around the corner. As a Nigerian passionate about the electoral process, willing to participate, you begin to wonder about the PVC collection, right, gentlemen? Is the time frame okay? First of all, let's start with that. Then secondly, the vigor of the youth. Now, this election, we are seeing the youth really in charge, like they want to change the system. Is this yet another revolutionary election? Then we are going to look at the new provision of the electoral law, that's the electoral reform. Is it going to be successful too in this 2023 election? Now let me start with the new provision of the Electoral Act. Now, how successful is it going to come or be in this new election? Let me start with Steve.
Thank you once again for having me. I want to once again appreciate the management of Click Niger for this wonderful last year, kind of agreement. Coming to your question, we are talking about the new Electoral Act. The Act itself is an improvement of what we used to have before now. The letter, fantastic. If you go through the section from section 1 to section 140 of the Electoral Act, you discover that those who put it together have done a wonderful job, and there's no system that is devoid of improvement. We continue to improve as the system begins to change and the world begins to evolve from one step to another. So we continue to tinker on the Electoral Act. But currently what we have is awesome, but I have my worries. Now, it is not the weddings that is the problem. It's the life in the wedding. Now, what is the life? Is the enforcement of what is written in the Electoral Act. The paper itself cannot give us what we expect as a nation, but the life in the wedding, which is the enforcement of the letters in the written constitution, is what gives it the backup. It's what we are looking forward to see. But unfortunately, in some areas, INEC has found short of expectation. All good sense of responsibility and decency to them. When you have an umpire who is losing grip of the entire system, in INEC setting, there's a commissioner in charge of security who is supposed to be liaising with the law enforcement agencies. And in a month, we have up to 8 INEC offices blown up, attacked. And we don't have preventive measures. Rather, we are reactionary. Now, it's also a failure of the INEC not to have protected their own institutions. Okay? Now we have a situation as enshrined in the Constitution, in the Act 2022, of how the campaigns should be run, how candidates should conduct themselves. But unfortunately, there are fines stipulated in this Electoral Act 2022 as amended. But unfortunately, INEC has lacked the willpower, the capacity, the firmness to ensure that every word written in this constitution is put to the letter. And when you found foul of adhering to the constitution or the letter, there are sanctions and punishment. So this worry, what is happening? Is this Electoral Act going to be the same way the previous Electoral Act is good? But kudos, there's also pluses to them. We see innovations about the deliver. We see INEC coming up with different innovations. Fantastic. We're saying that they could do more. They could do more.
Okay. Mr. Linus, we want to add on what he said. Like he said, they could do more. Do you see any, would I say, faults in the new Electoral Act? Is it going to be successful?
Well, I would like to commend the INEC chairman for that wonderful innovation, and also commend the president for at least putting on every effort for it to be signed into law. First and foremost, the new act is such a very beautiful one in the sense that, yes, in words and in deeds, if being practiced, will give us a free, fair, and credible election. You will see it in the body language of politicians. They are actually not comfortable, you understand, with the new Electoral Act because they know it will be very difficult to manipulate the system this time around. So I wish INEC, of course, they are not a perfect organization, but they've improved subsequently. I mean, they've improved. I think they must have copied from other Western worlds to see how things are done. So it's actually giving a lot of people high expectations for 2023 to see the litmus test that will be done with this improvement in the Electoral Act.
Okay, as a politician, I'm still of that. He said something that politicians are not really comfortable with the new Electoral Act, especially with the contributors. Do you agree with him?
Yes, I quite agree with him. The 2023 election is going to be different from every other election Nigeria has been passed.
So their sense of
now is a test of strength and how well you can mobilize your people. Beavers has come, it has come to stay. We saw what happened in the Ekiti State, and we saw what happened in Osun State. And we saw the outcome of the judgments for those who think they can maneuver even the beavers. We saw the way the judgments went, even after maneuvering the beavers and all. INEC still presented the beavers report. They gave our party understudied it, we got our lawyers, we filed the case, and the court said, give it back to them, because this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. Even though the other party went, the maneuver and doctored the beavers report. But you know, in court, you don't present something after another person has presented the genuine one. Yeah. After the elections were over on Saturday, the result was announced on Sunday. We got the beavers report on Monday. That's certified copy. Yeah, the beavers report. We got it certified copy on Monday. So we presented it before the court. I think almost about 2 months later, the PDP had it well doctored, then the INEC people called it synchronized. We all know when you begin to use the English, they want to confuse the people. The synchronization indeed is to clean up and adjust, but the courts were able to bring it out. So I think this election is going to be different from every normal election that we've been having in the past. This is the time for the people's vote to count. This is no longer time for you to just say, oh, I am the chairman of this right so report, results. No, because you have to be accredited by Vivas. Okay. If you are accredited by Vivas, automatically, then there is nothing like casting votes
and everything. You know, the PDP person is not here. He was supposed to be here, but something came up and he had another appointment, but he promised that he can come up. So that's why I lied to go, because if the PDP man was here, would have banter.
No, the judgments are there. It's all over the social media. It's all over. You can get. We have the court judgment.
Okay.
Yeah, and 2 out of the 3 judges agreed to it that yes, this is actually what happened. The doctor Rivers report.
I don't want
substantial evidence.
I don't want to dive into matter that is subject to court process because
the court issue. The court issue has not been. The appeal has not been instituted yet. So the ones that we have.
As we speak right now, the sitting governor of Osun State remains
Because he has the right to appeal.
That's right to appeal. Now, if that space, that privilege is not there, by now I never have issued a certificate of return. Waiver and withdraw is more. So let us leave the final judgment to the Supreme Court until we're going to make assertions whether it was the certified copy was authentic, it was authentic, or it was false.
You know, when you are talking about court judgment, when you are talking about court judgment,
the Taraba State APC candidate right now was proved by Supreme Court. There's first court. I said, you are not the candidate of APC. On that strength, people can sit down and discuss the outcome of Supreme Court judgment, which is also a standard reference point for subsequent election. So right now, the APC, the PDP is not here because I don't want to they are two conjoined twins. I don't want to begin to join issues with them. So let us leave it at the
okay, we cannot be more conjoined than you people who your party candidates run under the PDP in 2019.
Just take me to my next question. I'll ask Mr. Linus finally. Now, for the first time, the youth, because you are from the youth NGO, you understand, the youth have decided to participate actively in the youth activities and democratic activities now. Now, from your view, do you see this as the most revolutionary election?
Yes. From my own point of view, for now, this is the most revolutionary election we had from 1999 to this, and we're going to have from 1999 to this point.
Okay.
From 1999 to 2011, PDP had their sway, and of course it was difficult to push PDP out of power until 2013, where some political parties came together and formed the APC, and as such, PDP was thrown out of power. Now you could see that we could be looking at the influence of the incumbency and the presidency, you understand, with regard to this election. But in quote, if you look at it, it's still not holding ground, in the sense that nobody saw the coming of Peter Obi and his supporters, you understand. For the first time in a presidential election in this country, INEC is already thinking of a rerun, even before the election. So if you ask me, I'll tell you this is the most revolutionary election from 1990 at this point in time.
Okay. Do you agree with him?
Yes, he made a valid point, and what is revolution? Well, in the first time, what is revolution? Revolution is when people are tired of the status quo. When people come together, organized mass revolution that do achieve three things. One, to change the sitting government, social change, economic change, or political change. Now, today, every Nigerian today are suffering. No money, no fuel, no food, lacuna of government. So people are angry, and the best way to show their anger and demonstrate their anger is by picking up their PVC and go to the ballot. And what about this kind of the youth awareness, the youth engineering? If it were to be the status quo, the two conjoined things, the youth would not be bothered. Let me just after Revolutionary Society 2021, to Nigerians does not make sense to them. Not until April, May. It was when Obi emerged as a presidential candidate of Labour Party that the surge from May ending to August, the surge for Q for the decision became so much high. You know why? Because they see a man, they see alternative, they see solution, they see a man with fresh air, somebody they can trust, somebody that think like them. And that's why I see the youth awareness being so much high. Like I said, this will be the first time. I think it's other thing wrong. Yeah, because from the calculations, even the political parties themselves and the INEC, it might not be possible having a winner on the first ballot.
Okay, thank you very much. Up to now, you say, do you agree with him?
I quite don't agree with him, because he's saying no food, no fuel. When the government is sincere because APC government is a sincere government. That is why we are doing things even at our own detriment. To tell you, whatever it is, we want to give Nigerians a credible election. Not the issue of when he emerged as a candidate, there was a sort. This election is already taking a new dimension a long time ago, even before Obi's emergence. So many of us, with the emergence of Wahala, so many people came up and said, we need to take our future in our hands. The Nigerian youth had woken up to its responsibility. And the other day I was telling you that we have about 70% of the voter register are youths. And you can see when INEC chairman confirmed it at the Chatham House. That is it. That's to tell you that Nigerian youth are fully on ground to take this country to the next level. Because we see the candidacy of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima. He has a whole lot of dedicated youth. We have over 10,000 youth groups under him, all rooting for support from him. You can see our campaigns. You can see them. It's there. It's there. So the issue of revolution, well, I would say not yet, because what we are likely to see in the near future is going to even be more than this, because by the day Nigerian youths are getting to be more aware and knowing their rights. And that is why the likes of so many of us are involved today.
Let me ask you this question now. Now, what do you think is the present objective or the driving force of the current wave of the Nigerian youth movement?
The current
It's across, let's say, four major candidates now right now, and we all have
The reason for the drive is we the youth want to take over, but we cannot take over by not being mentored by someone. We have seen for our candidates as well as we know him to be somebody who brings up people, nurture the youth until he gets them to their destination. So that was part of our driving force, why we had to queue up behind him, give him the necessary support. And that is why he made the assessment that the youth should go on. When he is done, he is giving us that. So we need to be on ground to take it. That's part of the driving force, why we are up to make sure we deliver him come 25th, 26th by the special grace of God of this month.
Can I say something?
People's vanguard. Yeah, I agree with that.
I totally disagree with you. When you say the government is sincere, the word sincerity is part of it. The word sincerity is part of it. If an APC man gives you good money, it's new. Now let me say, you ask the question, what is the driving force of the youth? Now, are you aware that as today, getting a PVC jubilation, people are proud to have PVC. People are queuing under the sun. I want to have PVC. Before now, that's what called voter apathy. People, when you call for election, the street of Nigerians are turned to football fields. Primary schools are turned to where people go and do sporting activities. But that has changed. Why? A man. See, for revolution to take place, it takes a man. It takes somebody to be a change of revolution, to call for revolution. Showore,
Let me ask
no, I'm coming. Let me just land. Showore, in his own capacity as a president, called for revolution. He was incarcerated. Obi did not speak. Obi just stand, and the nations arrived and stood behind him. And that is why you see today, people want to have PVC. People are willing to vote. You know why? There's alternative. Nigerians are tired. Nigerians are sick and tired.
When you say,
no, there's a word my president used to say. He said, we have a nation called Nigeria. Nigeria. We don't have people called Nigeria. I said, I want to give it back to your country. That is what. We are in a situation where my president is saying, you are Nigerians, but it's not like Nigerians. Like I said, you are Nigerian. But today, Obi is saying, because I'm here, you have your own wastage, blocking wastage, excessiveness of government. A man,
Are you talking from his past records?
as a person, his personality, his prudence personified, his accountability personified, his integrity personified, is anything good you can think of.
Sorry to
Obi,
say.
I don't ask the question. I like when you ask your question. Obi is Obi and the rest. There's no second option. You know why? When a man, they are passing themselves. Some people do press conference and said, I give you for 78 hours, arrest him and prosecute him. The other person said, EFCC release the petition of the Alpha Beta case. Yeah. Instead you say you are bigger team, you are lesser team, you thief, I thief. Is that what the kind of people
But
you
the
want
has not come out to clear his name from the Panama paper.
Is it the kind of people
We are still here in
Is it the
Nigeria.
kind of people you want to associate with? These are thieves, criminals.
Obi has not cleared his name from the Panama papers.
Obi is a man with integrity, a man with honesty, a man with proven competency and
You cannot say Obi is a honest person if you, as a head of the family, your children don't trust you. I don't think that kind of a person will be regarded as a person with integrity. If Obi can come out on the national TV to say, take me for my word. He never had the manifesto. He said, just take me for my word. You can do what my children used to do. Daddy, let's put this on record. Okay. This is Obi's statement to Nigerians. And let me answer Mr. Okoli, please. This issue of scarcity of naira and what the hardship Nigerians are going through at the moment, this is not the policy of this is not the policy. It is not the policy of our party, neither is it the policy of our candidates. A cabal, a portion of the cabals who are trying to make sure the election does not hold because they know Asiwaju on the ballot is already in.
Yes, sir. Before you wait to him, so that I will not forget. You see, it is easy to lie. He said the policy of Naira is not for ABC. Who is the government? Okay. No, I'm coming. I'm coming. The number one citizen of this nation is retired General Muhammadu Buhari. Is the leader of APC. Every aspirant pick their form and went to accept that as endorsement. If you are saying a government policy is not the policy of that government, and the people said that they said, I have the backing of the president and I have his approval. Even when the Minister of Finance said I was not carried along, he said I have the backing.
It is not our policy. Yes. Emefiele may be working for some people. We don't know, but we are yet to uncover that. Up until it's proven.
So I said that
we are telling you that this is not the policy of our principles.
See why I said that? So I said that revolution is only of type of revolution that we have when there is backing in government. There is backing right now. You say that the policy is not for the whole party. There is a backing.
Let me go to Mr. Linus. Mr. Linus, there's this question you said now the 2022 presidential nobody can predict, you understand? And you say it might go to your law, you understand? Now, who will win the general election? We don't know. Now, what do you think is responsible for this? Because if this government didn't give us a fair deal, we would have been doing, okay, this election will this way, election will this way. But I just want you to have to hear of you. What do you think is responsible for this?
Well, what is responsible for what we're experiencing right now is the fact that over the time in Nigeria, we always had option E and B. You understand? For the first time in Nigeria, we have another option called option C.
And even G.
And that is really a threat to what is happening. The reason why a lot of persons saw that they would be the runoff was because the option A and B have always been the options Nigerians use. Okay, let me go for option A or B. They say, okay, like we always say, let me go for a better deal. You understand? Now you're having another option, option C. You understand? Who is disenfranchising the whole lot. You understand? The option A and B. You understand? And there have been a lot of surveys, and people are watching the surveys. I think INEC is actually very intelligent and is also an organized institution who, in their capacity, have actually checked those surveys, you understand, done by organized institutions as well too, to see that it's either we prepare for this option, because from what we are seeing, you understand, these are realities, people are seeing it, you understand, it's either we prepare for this option or else we might end up having issues, and that is the issue, and that's what led to INEC saying we should prepare for a runoff of election. What is giving birth to this? Fact that the strength of every nation belongs to the youth. And if the youth have stood up this time around to say, we are tired, as it is now, you cannot define. Yes, someone made a very valid point. When you go to a board, you see a lot of young persons. When you go to Siwaju's team, you see a lot of young persons there. When you go to Peter Obi's team, you see a lot of young persons there. When you go to Pampaso's team, you also see a lot of young persons there. But I tell you, the best strategist will win the election.
You just spoke like an NGO man. Okay, he said the best strategist win the election. Now to let me from your master is focused.
You know, we are more intelligent than them.
What do you think is going to be better?
My principal he's a master strategist. He has proven who he is by his track record. We saw what he did in Lagos. We saw the team he set up and transformed Lagos State. We saw the team, how they get to emerge one by one as governors, as ministers, so many of them. Why? Because he was able to identify the best brains. And the strategy, you don't have a choice but to give it to him. He's a master strategist. And we are leaving no stone unturned. And that is why we are reaching to every looks and chronics of Nigeria. Their candidates are there sleeping, or they go to a campaign here, just here, there. But we are everywhere. If you see the way we do it, you see the women win. They are up and doing. We are in Adamawa today, they are in Taraba tomorrow. The youth also. We have the largest youth support base at the moment in Nigeria. If you talk about the Labour Party, they can only tell you they have a portion which is 1/6.
Let me ask the Labour man.
Yes, you can ask him. They have just 1/6, but we have a support base. You saw our show of strength in Anambra just day before yesterday.
If he when people come on air and try to deceive the masses, I laugh. No, because like I said earlier, I said no matter the speed of life, the truth will surely cut off with life. You talk about strategy. Now, when we started, some persons, them said it's just some 3 Yahoo boys who sit in one room and begin to press computer that Obi cannot even win Anambra State. He get to the point that said Obi can only win Anambra State. He will not win the whole East. He get to the point that said Obi will win East. He will not win Southwest. He get to the point that said Obi will win South. He get to the point that said Obi does not have structure anywhere in the North. They cannot go to North and have followers. But they saw when he went to Kano, the seat of the Northerners, and the clerics in the North endorsed him, and the North shut down Obi. What do you need again? In less than 6 months, My brother said that a party was from 2023 as against 2015. They had 2 years period to election to galvanize, build structures. But the political party is causing wahala, it's causing confusion in the camp of those who have spent 24 years and 23 years existing. Less than 6 months. Now, who do you now say has more tactics and strategies among these three? No. Who do you think in 6 months, INEC is thinking of wrong in 6 months? No, to the voters. No, I just answer your question. In 6 months, we are making INEC to rethink of having rerun. Let me tell you, the master planner and the master strategist is Mr. Peter Obi, and that is why.
Thank you. Now, this carry to INEC. INEC is not INEC now. PVC collection is the issue now. Now, I've visited some centers and I've seen you. Then, after the long wait, you check and your PVC is not ready. Do you understand? I don't know whether you've seen one or two.
Anything. Now, INEC Yes,
that you know.
that I know. That I know. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not. No, it's not enough. Now, Yakub Momoud cannot be in Abuja and know the process of voters collection in Galadima roundabout, Galadima Primary School. The first day of collection from the ward level, I went around Kabusa, which is my constituency as a person. I spent hours. Now, some people had wrong information. They said they took his ward. They went to Kabusa ward. Whereas their schools related to where PVC should be collected. Unfortunately, the INEC staff were not even ready and coordinated. The buses are not even arranged according to the polling unit. Now, when you want to collect your PVC and you are in polling unit 031, which is local FM local, and they will start from polling unit 001, which is maybe now, by the time they check, they will miss their PVC. Most PVC are domiciled in the ward level, and these people, some of them come from the local government level. So it creates a whole lot of confusion in collection. My wife just collected the voice. They will be there. She has been there more than 4 times. I said, you must vote. She went back and stayed there. The same place she went for like 3 times. They said, your PVC is not.
Because of a lack of organization from the material, not the Mahmoud as a person, but the instrument around him, they are not well organized. So it's giving a whole lot of problem in terms of solution.
Thank you. So back to my comment again. Ioma says Beavers are the game changers. We all agree.
Sure, you should change that. Beavers is my moderator. So I'm not asking a question. They are national chairman. One day, he went on there, when he told the national community that Nigeria is not right for Beavers. It should come. He says, no, really? When you want to
Take my comment. Every point asked. Thank you very much, Yaya. See, may God help us get it right as Nigeria. Sure. So that takes me back to the INEC. You're telling us about your wife's experience. So now, what do you think should be done for that? Like you just suggested, he suggested.
No, the suggestion is I think
different level of commands in INEC, from the national to state to what to local government supervisors. I believe that they should be more organized, more in terms of arranging these voters' card according to the polling unit. And they will do well to speed up collection if they can send the franchise from the ward to the polling unit. It makes it easier. If, for instance, those who registered within local government, FAB, and wherever you register, you can pick, like when I transfer from Lagos to Abuja, I pick up my previous from my polling unit, which is the FAB. So it makes it easier. So if you are closing for work, the center can afford to give latitude of 8 p.m. in the evening because they know those who are there. I must come with evidence of that I'm the owner of this PVC, means of identification to corroborate that you have this is you on it. So they can centralize this collection from the ward level to the polling unit level. It will speed up more. It will create more space for people to collect and make it more effective.
Thank you very much. So let me ask you this question. Now, what would you say is the role of youth in the election campaign process? This will be our question called.
These are the canvassers. They are the ones that do the reaching out, canvass for support, canvass for vote. They are the ones that also police the vote, because most of the polling agents you see are mostly the youth. So the youth play a critical role in every electioneering. Mind you, with 70% of the youth voter register, you know they have to take their rightful place. So the youth have a critical role to play. So I'm using this medium to call on Nigerian youth. We have to take this nation back. And the only way we can do it, the only assured way we can do it, is by voting astrological admit for president company.
I want to beg the Nigerian youth You see, we don't want to vote a man who will spend 3 years in the hospital.
It's not good that direction.
No. It's imperative. It's imperative. In America, there's a man that suffered war issue. His hands were protected. He had issue. He cannot even lift the hand very well. He was contesting, but because of his health status, was made known to the Americans.
So I can see.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't an issue. It wasn't an issue. We're talking of. Have you asked yourself a question? Why Niger rally, APC Niger rally was aborted? Have you asked yourself that question? I'm coming. If you have the floor, why Niger rally was aborted? You know why? You know why? No, I'm coming. Now the youth has a huge role in deciding who will become the next president. And that's what I'm saying. They should not give Nigerians.
Please, I want to answer him because he talked about the Niger rally was aborted. If that rally was not aborted, the stampede will realize in Niger State. The people that are going to die will be so enormous. We are the organizers of the Niger rally. I am from Niger State. We organized that rally. Everywhere was choked. Even we at the VIP. We would not get a place. I can show you videos and pictures from that rally. No, I can show you this. I can show you.
I want to play this. I want to play this slide. I want to play this slide. Speakers upon speakers have mounted the stage. There was no stampede. Speakers upon speakers have mounted.
I will show you the video.
And there was no stampede. How come? It was at the turn of the candidate of APC to address the crowd. Have you watched the test? You know he's demonstrating something. He said like something.
What did you say about the electoral process?
Yeah, dear young Nigerians, we have a golden opportunity before us to make decisions that will either mar us or create us as a nation. My group is candidates, but as a group, I'm representing my group. We are not partisans. I want young Nigerians to go through the profile of the major contenders in this election. Let us speak truth to themselves, make wise decisions, because it is always assumed that once someone emerges, it is sure for him to have the second shot. That is one of the law governing policies in Africa. So be wise enough to choose those who will protect the interests of this country, those who will unite us rather than divide us, because the forces that divide us, the forces that unite us is far more better than the force that divide us. What we want is unity. And
absolutely, he was a closing remark.
Yeah, well, I really want to sincerely appreciate Candidte for putting up this beautiful program. Is educating. I also want to say here that I think more needs to be done on the social media handles so that you have a good number of followers. You can't be having this beautiful program and we have few young persons not following and getting to know what is happening. So I think the management needs to really do more on that regard so that we have more viewers having this information. Because it's when people are informed of such that they will always get enlightened and participate in future program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Election will be war too, please. So every young Nigerian, election will be war. Just vote and like I said, the best strategies and win. Well,
I want to beg Nigerians and Nigerians who are watching us all over the world, please don't make mistake the second time. Once beaten, Russia. We've seen the government of APC. Someone was telling us that the policy of Emefiele is not the policy of the President Mohamed Brand, the APC. Please don't make mistake again to vote the evil that have crippled this nation, which is PDP and APC. A new dawn has come. The hope of Nigeria is residing in P2B. The new Nigeria we dream, a new Nigerian where every Nigerian will be relevant, every Nigerian will be recognized outside the shore of Nigeria lies with P2P. So I'm begging every Nigerian, please, wherever you are, old or young, please cast your vote for Mr. P2B and Dati Baba. These are the people who have the capacity, the sincerity, the intentions to deliver this nation. We had in the time past, 2015 and 2014, they told us that it is not possible for a government to be in power and without solving power problem in 6 months. We're 7 years down the line, going to 8 months now, and the Minister of Power have changed 2 times, and yet we're more in darkness right now. They told us that $1 become 1 naira. Today, a naira is 800 naira. So please don't repeat the mistake of the past. Entrust your vote to P2B, and I'm sure you will not regret voting P2B as the next president.
Thank you very much, Mr. Linus. Up to Mr. Abdul. This was the closing remark.
Yeah, I want to urge on all Nigerians to know that the central bank is an independent entity, the war of partisans, what have you. And this policy of the hardship of naira and the scarcity of naira and fuel, well, we all know what's happening. They know the pedigree, the antecedents of our principal. They know if he gets there, they're going to pay dearly for the atrocities committed against Nigerians. So we tell Nigerians that, check from the antecedents, the past record of all the candidates. If all been governors, apart from Atiku, he was the vice president. We saw what they did. We know we should look at the antecedent, their past record. Without contradiction, I'll tell you Mr. Linus' description of his candidate. He's referring to our candidate. So if we have majority, automatically. No, I am just saying this is my opinion. This is my opinion. You have to vote a credible candidate, a candidate that can give us the Nigeria of our dream. We all know, without fear, no favor, no contradiction of everyone, is Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima that can deliver on this. We saw what he did. Peter Obi had the opportunity in Anambra State. What did he do? We heard the present governor of Anambra coming out to say, what did Peter Obi do? The former governor also came out to say, what did he do? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul. Thank you for coming to Nigeria. Let me quickly apologize for the PDP man that's the Duke of Sanan. He was supposed to be here, but I think he went for something in the embassy. I also apologize for why he's not here. So, like you said, let me borrow his words. Elections no be war. All you need to do is to get your PVC, go quietly and vote for your candidate. Thank you to everyone who viewed us live on Facebook and YouTube. Our handles are Click Niger and Click Niger 1. Please share this video with someone. And they will thank you later. You can also listen to us via our live streaming at www.clickniger.com.ng. The program was supervised by Ehi Ohiane and my technical team, Jennifer Ogo, of course, the whole of Click Niger staff who were here, who put their hands on deck and follow us. Thank you all. My name is Nasir Yunusa. Stay safe and bye.